Hey, beautiful yogis, welcome to Kirsten Nielsen Yoga. This practice today is a practice that you can do just before bed to calm your nervous system and to ground and to center after maybe a very hectic and long day. So we're focusing on releasing the low back, hips, shoulders, and neck as well with this practice. Now you will need a pillow, maybe 2 pillows, and a blanket as well. And those of you who like to practice with music, I have included a link to my Spotify playlist below. And those of you who want to continue to donate to the channel, there is a link in the description below as well. So let's get started. All right, so we'll start in a child's pose. So taking your blanket and bring it towards the back of the mat folded, so we extra cushioning for the knees. And then you'll come to the back of the mat, bringing the big toes to touch, knees as wide as you like, but remember that you will be here for some time. So if you know that your hips are fairly tight this evening, then bring your knees a little closer together. Then having the pillow in front of you for support, you can start to slowly lower down, allowing the heart to rest, allowing the belly to rest. And you can feel into this one, especially if you are repeating this practice, doing it a number of times during the week. You might notice that you'll need maybe an extra pillow on top for a little bit more height, especially if the hips are quite tight for you this time. And as you do allow yourself to surrender onto the pillow, we allow the pelvis to get heavy, the legs to get heavy, and we send the breath to the back body. Breathing into the low back ribs. And just taking the next couple minutes to really settle and to really ground. So if you've had a very busy and hectic day, then be gentle with yourself. Know that it may take a couple minutes for you to land into your own sacred space of practice. So allowing the breath to get a little fuller, a little deeper. Belly soft. Heart heavy on the pillow. And breathing away the worries. Breathing away the voices in the mind, the plans. Letting it all go as you gift yourself this time in stillness to find your soft center. And we'll do a couple rounds of Pranayama where I'll count the breath. But at any point, if you need to release the practice and come back to your normal breath in and out of the nose, maybe a gentle exhale out the mouth, then please do. So don't force anything or push the breath. But we're just using the count to start to really focus inwards, to extend the exhales. So together, let's take a natural breath in. Natural breath out. Breathing in for 4, 3, back ribs expand, 2, 1, pause. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, all the way to empty. 1, pause. Breathing in, 4, 3, 2, expand with the in-breath. 1, hold. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, soft pause. Breathing in, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more rounds. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Exhale, we'll stay with 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, soft pause. Breathing in, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Natural breath in. Natural breath out. Natural in-breath. Out the mouth, long out breath. Settle as you find your natural rhythm again. Still embracing softness and heaviness. And then when you feel ready, taking a slow inhale to gently lift the gaze. Just take your time. If you can feel like you really need this pose, then you can stay for as long as you need. Otherwise, we'll slowly peel ourselves back up. Ooh. And then bringing the pillow slightly forwards, we'll bring the knees towards one another, lower the hips down to one side, and we'll send the legs forwards. So get a little deeper into the hips now, more into the low back. So we'll cross the right shin in front of the left. I'll mirror you. Working the feet to be in line with the knees. That's it. So it's almost like you're taking a cross-legged seat. And coming up onto the fingertips, take a big breath in, lift your heart high. Soften the shoulders on the breath out and allow the knees to get a little heavier, allow the legs to get heavier. So don't worry if you're really tight in the hips that the knees are up here. Just finding a little bit more softness, a little bit more ease with every exhale. You can always find a little bit more height with the hips to help. Now pressing down into the right sit bone. Little lean over towards the right as you extend your left arm out towards the left. Take a breath in. Bend the left elbow, turn the thumb down and start to work the forearm behind the back. And as you do, ground the left sit bone down and lift the heart a little higher, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, start to lower the right ear to the right shoulder, tracking the left elbow out wide. Smooth inhale. Gentle resistance of pressing the forearm to the mid-back or low back as you exhale. Smooth breath in. All the way to empty, long breath out. Now we'll stay here for 5 more deep breaths. Stillness might feel nice for the neck, or you can gently draw your chin in towards your chest and then back up. So whatever feels best for your neck. Keep feeling the breath in as your gateway to open, to expand, to lift the heart. And every exhale is your opportunity to ground, embracing heaviness. And take one more breath in together. Slow breath out. Bringing the head back to center on the in-breath. Gently releasing the left arm on the out-breath. And then taking your pillow, bringing it in front of you as you start to walk the fingertips forwards. We're keeping a long spine. And you might stay here. You might take your 2 pillows and stack them, 3 pillows, whatever you need. Maybe folding in, maybe forearms onto the pillow, forehead onto the pillow. Or staying upright, whatever feels best for your spine, whatever feels best for your hips. So you can come back to that count with the breath. Inhale for 4, exhale for 6, going all the way to empty with the out breath. Or simply finding your focus, your meditation at the softness of the breath. So not needing to count, just simply feeling into your natural rhythm. Feeling the breath on the top lip. The subtle sensation of the back body expanding with the inhale. And everything softening on the exhale. And notice any clenching at the jaw. Allow the jaw to be heavy, tongue heavy. And we'll take 5 more deep breaths. Back body expands with the inhale, breathing into the back of the heart. Legs stay really heavy on the exhale. Breathing into the tissue of the hips, the low back. Allowing the tissue to find a little bit more release and soften with the exhale. Looking forwards, lifting the gaze as you breathe in. Walking the hands back in on the breath out, just taking your time nice and slow. Fingertips come behind you, a little bit of a lean back. Slowly releasing the legs, moving the pillow out of the way just for a moment, extending the legs forwards. Allowing the bones to get really heavy. Just allow the tissues to settle, to reshape. Big breath in. Long breath out. And if you feel like you need more time here in reset, in your rebound pose, you can stay. Otherwise, we'll start to slowly switch sides. So bending the knees. Starting to bring the left shin in front of the right shin as you work the feet to come in line with the knees. Don't worry if they don't come in line with the knees. Making sure if you need a little bit more height to take that now. And then staying upright, come up onto the fingertips, take a big inhale in. Ground on the out breath. Little lean slightly over towards the left. Right arm goes out towards the right, thumb points down, inhale. Bend the right elbow, working the arm behind the back, working the forearm to the mid-back or low back. Coming back to center as you lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the crown, take an inhale. Left ear to left shoulder on the exhale. Keep tracking the right elbow wide. Big breath in. Smooth breath out. This is one of my favorite neck stretches to do. Gets right into the shoulders as well. So keep working the elbow wide. Keep finding that subtle resistance of pressing the forearm to the mid-back. And sending the breath to the back of the heart. Again, you can stay as you are or chin gently draws in, making subtle movements, whatever feels juicy. Last 2 deep breaths. Big breath in. Back ribs, side ribs, lift the heart. Long exhale all the way to empty. Gently lifting the chin, head back to center on the in-breath. Super slow, releasing the right arm on the out-breath. And then when you feel ready, either staying upright or walking the fingertips forwards, making sure that your pillow or your 2 pillows, 3 pillows are in front as you start to fold in. You can maybe even notice subtle differences between sides. Not needing to attach stories, but just simply feeling aware of the subtleties. And then coming back to breath. Back body expands with the in-breath. Back ribs expand. Finding softness and heaviness with the out-breath. So as we lengthen the exhale, what we're really doing is telling the nervous system that it is safe to calm, to ground. It is safe to arrive here fully, without the weight of the world, without the weight of your various identities. That you have permission to simply just be. That you have permission to drop into a state of deep rest. Five more deep breaths here. Big breath in. Slow, steady out breath all the way to empty. Sending the gaze forwards as you inhale, slow. Walking the hands back in as you gently peel yourself back up. Again, fingertips behind you, moving the pillow or pillows out of the way, extending the legs forwards, having a moment back in your rebound. Legs nice and heavy, tissue soft. Big breath in. Grounding out breath. And again, smooth inhale. Out the mouth, let something go. Long exhale. Again, you can stay here for as long as you need. Otherwise, we'll slowly start to make our way onto our backs. So you can slide yourself a little bit more forwards, and the blanket that was underneath the sit bones, will slide it back so it will be underneath your head. So super slow, lying back. And then from here, starting to bend the knees, plant the feet down onto the mat. And gently pressing down into the feet, little lift with the hips as you slide the pillow or maybe two pillows underneath your sacrum, underneath your low back. And then allowing your pelvis to be nice and heavy on the pillow. And then either you can open the arms out nice and wide or arms overhead, whatever would feel best for your shoulders. I always like my arms overhead. It's a really nice opening for the front of the shoulders as well. And then slowly drawing the knees in towards the chest, using the low belly. Now, essentially, the pillow underneath your sacrum will give you a little bit more height for your pelvis so that you can come into a supported happy baby pose where you don't have to grab a hold of the feet. So as you start to open your knees out wide, you might feel into this one and need another pillow underneath your sacrum. Otherwise, if one pillow is enough, then really allowing the legs to be nice and heavy. It's almost like the knees are moving towards you, towards your heart. And we're still embracing heaviness here. So nothing is really necessarily active. So don't allow the feet to be active. Just allow them to be soft. And this time we're breathing into the front of the heart. So big inhale in. Long cleansing breath out, maybe out of the mouth. And we'll stay here for about 5 more deep breaths. So not forcing the hips to open, just allowing gravity to take over. And taking one more slow inhale. Smooth, long exhale. And gently, just taking your time, drawing the knees back towards one another, nice and slow. And then planting the feet back down onto the mat. Pressing down into the feet, little lift with the hips. Sliding the pillow out of the way, or pillows out of the way. Then drawing the knees back and towards the chest. We'll start to lower the knees down towards the left side nice and slow, moving the hips a little bit more in towards the center as we take a twist. Arms opening out wide. Taking a big breath into the right lung. And softening the right shoulder head down on the out breath. Taking 5 deep breaths here. Every inhale is that opportunity to find more space. Breathe in more space into the body, into the mind. Every exhale to ground. To find a little bit more of a release. Releasing any gripping, whether it's in the body or whether it's in the mind. Last big breath in. Long breath out. Gently taking your time, bringing the knees back to center on the inhale. And then switching sides on the exhale, not rushing, just taking your time to bring the knees over towards the right. Hips slightly over towards the left as you come into center. Breathing now into the left lung. And allowing the left shoulder head to soften down on the out breath. Dropping into a deeper state of rest with every exhale. Last 2 deep breaths. Smooth inhale in. Gently bringing the knees back to center on the out breath, taking your time. And if there's any other pose that you feel your body needs before shavasana, before stillness, you can take that now. Otherwise, you can start to slowly extend the legs, feet as wide as the mat, arms alongside the body. And if you'd like to take a blanket or bring your pillow underneath the head now, you can do that. Ali, do you want a pillow underneath your head? Yeah. And just taking the next couple minutes to really settle the body, to allow the practice to imprint, tissues to soften. Still embracing that long exhale as you allow yourself to sink. Letting go now of the physical body and dropping into the saddle, dropping into your soft center. And here we rest. You can stay in your shavasana for as long as you like, yogis. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.